All right, real estate enthusiasts, big news from the National Association of Realtors. They've just updated Clear Cooperation, and whether you're buying, selling, or just love staying in the know, this is something you need to understand. So let's break it down. First, what even is Clear Cooperation? Introduced by the National Association of Realtors back in 2020, the Clear Cooperation policy was designed to level the playing field in real estate. It says that if you start publicly marketing a property, like a yard sign, social media posts, group text, your real estate buddies, it has to be listed on the MLS within one business day. That way, everyone gets a fair shot at seeing the listing. No private club deals, no I'll tell you if you're cool enough energy. It was a move against pocket listings and shadow inventory practices that made it harder for everyday buyers to compete and harder for sellers to know if they were truly getting top dollar. Now, fast forward to 2025 and NAR says, okay, let's add some flexibility here. The new policy is called Multiple Listing Options for Sellers. And here's the key change. Sellers can now delay their listing from being pushed to public websites like Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, even after it's in the MLS. Now, before you panic, this doesn't mean we're going back to Wild Wild West style pocket listings. The listing still has to hit the MLS, but the broader marketing can be delayed for a set period, which is determined by each local MLS. Every MLS has until September 30th, 2025 to implement the policy. So what does this mean?
What does this mean?
It means sellers get a little bit more breathing room, and it means agents, you need to be dialed in on your local rules or risk missing opportunities, or worse, violating them. So let's talk about this from a seller's point of view. You're prepping your home for market. Maybe your stager needs a few more days, or maybe you just want to test the waters before going full-blown public. This policy lets you do that. You can delay the IDX and third-party site push, giving you time to fine-tune the presentation, build some buzz, or share it with a few targeted buyers before the masses see it. And if you're a high-profile seller, this gives you a bit more control. But, and this is a big but, less exposure early on could mean fewer eyeballs, slower momentum, and in some markets, that can hurt your sales price. So it's all about balance. Now, this isn't a marketing shortcut. It's a strategy tool, and it should be used wisely. Okay, buyers, listen up. This update has big implications for you. If you're relying solely on Zillow or Redfin to find your next home, you might not be seeing everything. Some listings could already be live on the MLS, but won't show publicly for a few days. In a hot market, that can mean the difference between getting your dream home and missing out completely. So now, more than ever, you need an agent, not just any agent, someone who's plugged into the local MLS, has their ear to the ground, and can tell you what's hitting the market before it hits your inbox. This is one of those moments where relationships and real-time info matter way more than algorithms. Agents, this policy update is a wake-up call. You've got to know your local MLS policy like the back of your hand. Some areas might allow a 3-day marketing delay, others 5. This isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. You also have to explain this clearly to your clients. Sellers need to understand that delayed exposure doesn't mean invisible. It just means strategic. And buyers, they need to know that your value isn't just sending them Zillow links. It's being ahead of those links. And look, we're in a moment where real estate is under the microscope. Commission lawsuits, transparency issues. This is your time to be a professional, not just a promoter. Naturally, the industry is split on this. Some say this new flexibility is a win for sellers. Finally, some breathing room in a fast-moving industry. Others say it's a slippery slope back to members-only off-market deals. And both sides have a point. What NAR is trying to do here is walk a very fine line between transparency and choice. But let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about MLS rules. This is part of a much larger conversation about where real estate is headed. We've got tech platforms trying to become the new gatekeepers. We've got commission lawsuits trying to blow up the agent model. We've got Wall Street circling residential real estate like it's the next big stock market. This clear cooperation update, it's not the end of anything. It's a signpost. The market's evolving. The question is, are you? Alrighty then, now I want to hear from you. Does this update to the clear cooperation policy give sellers the flexibility they need, or are we opening up the door to more exclusivity and less transparency? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get a real conversation going. And if you found this breakdown helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one right here on The Breakdown.